Yo, what up, everybody? How are you doing
Hi,
this evening?
I'm good.
Are you?
Um, define good.
Yeah, you're the one that said it, so you define good.
Um, I took a shower and I did my hair and my makeup today, so I'd say that I'm doing better than what I've been doing.
Oh, anybody can beat Pribs into this chat.
So Nick, yes, you did. You won. Pribs is not here yet. Also, there will not be a test. So we don't even know what the hell we're doing tonight. So what I do know though is we are not creating our own whiteboard. I think that there was a little bit of confusion in the video. We just think that maybe
We're addressing the whiteboard.
we should address some things because we've kind of let it go for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
We tried the route where we just made fun of it again. By the way, Ship, I did hear part of that conversation and I agree with you. So also for those of you that are here right now, what are your guys' feelings on going a little bit late tonight? We had thought about doing our episode and then streaming Cheeto afterwards to see what Cheeto is announcing tonight.
Or
9 p.m.
we could all just go join Ship's show afterwards.
Is she going to be streaming it?
I don't know if she's going to stream it, but she's going to be live talking about it.
Ship, are you going to be watching Cheeto? Yeah, we can all just go over to Ship's. I'd rather do that because then I can put on
support her.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So never mind. When we're all done here, we need everybody to go over to the Shipwreck show so that we can see. So she's not going to stream them, but you're going to be updating people on what it is, right? We'll figure it out.
Can you explain what Cheeto is?
Cheeto is Donald Trump. That is what I refer to him as. Always have. Even when I wasn't talking smack about him, I still called him Cheeto. So we'll all go over to Ship Show when we're done here.
Well, it's a good thing we're not streaming it because it would get taken down too.
Yeah.
Unless Ship, you just go to Twitch and we can all just join you on Twitch, but I know you probably want to be on YouTube too.
Yeah. I prefer the YouTubes.
I'll be over there.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not going to be building our own whiteboard because we're not 12 years old and begging for attention. But I think that there comes a time and a place that, things aren't getting better. And obviously they want some kind of reaction. And like I was saying before, we tried to do the funny, right? We tried to make a joke of it and then try to get them to kind of play with us and participate in a fundraiser with us. Which that failed miserably. I do not believe that they ever held their end as far as paying for shipping. That was one of the things that they were supposed to do, pay for shipping for the most things donated and clothes.
I'll eat my chicken pot pie.
And then also there was the actual whiteboard.
Yay!
That I know for a fact somebody paid, I don't know how much money was paid for that.
Yeah, Freedom Hippie.
That's up to Hippie to ever disclose how much she paid for it.
Well, I think it was on the live,
but it was an astronomical amount of money.
I think it was over $200 on the because it was. It was an open. I just don't remember exactly what the amount was, but
it was a lot. I know that it was a lot. And it still went to a great cause. And luckily Hippie is a chill chick. You know what I mean? And was like whatever, but she never got it. And then once it was brought up again into the current situation that exact same group has, latched onto, because that's what we do. We latch onto any kind of situation. Yeah, it was 4 digits. It wasn't 3 digits. It was 4 digits. The donation for that whiteboard. Yeah.
Oh,
that's why I wasn't arguing with you when you said that it was over 200, because I was like, yeah, I know it was over 200. I'm pretty sure that it was over 1,000.
I didn't know it was over that much. I knew it was over 200.
But now we Like we ignored it. And I know for me personally, like you don't take stuff the same way as me, you know, because we're different people.
We are. Can you say that again for the people in the back? Because they feel like we're the same.
We are two totally different human beings, with a lot of times very differing views.
That was as good as my bite.
But I think that a lot of people, Ames, I hope you're feeling better, honey. A lot of people assume that like we think the exact same way, and we don't.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
now
I guess, Louise, I'd call it a rebuttal.
I would call it a rebuttal with concerns, man, because like I consider myself a pretty strong person mentally. I can deal with a lot. I can take a lot. I have pretty thick skin. But this last round of it, like, you know, I mean, that put me down. I mean, it is a combination of other things,
Right.
but that was kind of the icing on the cake for me. And okay, Ames, keep me updated, honey. But like it put me like in a bad place, like a bad headspace mentally. And then it just kind of makes me wonder, like, is the end goal here really to get somebody else to do this?
I think they said it was.
Right. But like I take half of what people say seriously. Like
Sure.
because people like to just say shit out of emotion. And I think that both of us were very like gracious when it came to not really responding emotionally and like trying to respect the fact that like a tragedy had happened, and it's really kind of to get back and forth with it. But then it's kind of like we're on November 15th, like we're almost a month into this now of just so far below the belt hits, dragging people for weeks on end, talking to people in DMs kindly, but then turning around and doing the opposite publicly. And like, I even feel gross addressing this now because I just feel like,
oh, I know
something bad happened.
Well, here's the thing. Here's my perspective on that. When obviously that incident happened with Mel, I'll just say her name because she deserves the respect of her name being said at least. And I know for sure I did, and I didn't see all your content, but we went silent.
Mhm.
We didn't address anything.
No.
All the accusations, all the death threats, all the things. Like I legit didn't even post for a whole week. Didn't
Yeah.
post. Stayed out of the comment sections. Everything. And I did make one post about just in general. But I mean, the thing is how long does this go on for? Y'all claim to have all this evidence that like crimes were committed. So if you truly had a crime that was committed, what you're doing now is ruining your case.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. And the thing is that like we're seeing all these like nameless accounts come up, right? And I tried to talk
you, Louise.
to Red Pill Jenny about this when she did the
too.
live and we all came in and we came in or whatever. And I tried to explain it like when the baddie situation happened and when a lot of other big situations happened, you have these faceless accounts that nobody knows who runs them. I mean, you can guess, but at the end of the day, nobody knows who runs them. And I think a lot of people need to stop pretending to be like cyber experts, like they can trace IP address. No, you can't, or you would have done it by now. Like there's nothing that anybody can do to figure out who these accounts are, but these accounts make things 50 billion times worse than what they need to be. And then it's like you can't even, like the one that happened today that was pretending to be Scrappy Fireball, left a really crappy comment on that Swede dude's post. Everybody made videos about how it was a wrong to say and we shouldn't do this. But why does my camera keep going? I don't know.
You're not.
I'm not. But then, you know, Swede makes a video back where he's like, none of you guys can make videos on this. I don't want you guys. No, because that's what we're supposed to do is regardless if we like each other or don't like each other, there's a freaking line and you don't cross that line. But there's not enough people who are willing to be like, this crossed a line on so many levels.
Well, the irony of like Swede even saying that, he complains a lot when we don't say anything of shit that's done to him.
Right.
And then when we do, we still get shit for it. So it's like it's a
Damned if you do, damned if
consistent
you don't.
damned if you do, damned if you don't. And you know what? Like I'm like, for me, I'm done. I'm done caring about feelings. I'm done caring about not defending myself anymore. I've taken enough brutal hits. I've tried to stay on political TikTok. I've tried to um, uh, stay silent and whatnot. I've tried everything that I can to try to resolve or at least calm things down on my end, because they always say you and I are the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I have tried to actually tone my energy down and tone things down on my end.
Right.
And I know you have as well, because even
Mhm.
your content, when you do address it, it's calm. It's not as hyped and whatnot. And so for me, it's
I
like,
don't make it a show, right? Because it's not a show. Some of the drama you can amp it up and you can, be more aggressive because it's like petty back and forth beef. This one wasn't. This one wasn't petty. This was a very big deal. And the fact that people are willing to make productions out of it, and the lighting is just right, and the slow walks and the editing and it looks, I just don't like the way that it looks. I
right,
don't. And I remember telling you, like, dude, if anything ever happens to me, don't let them do me like this on the internet. Like, I would be, me, myself, personally, I would be livid if anybody did that. And it just drives me nuts because so many people like accuse me and you of doing that, of like using things, or it's always, oh well, Kat plays the victim card with her illness. Like, but
it is
where
what it is.
though? When I ask you to show me where, you can't show me where. You watch me all the time, you take my videos, you like, how am I able to show a pattern but y'all can't? With all the allegations that you're making, this is the internet. The internet is forever. So why don't you have that? You know what, Joey? Me too. Me too. But here's the crazy thing. On one of my other accounts, I have it blocked. And it was my gaming account, because I have a account just for when I play video games, even though there's no content on there yet because I haven't been playing.
So it's somebody that we
I
have blocked.
preemptively blocked a ton of people on those accounts because I didn't want people from all this finding those ones, and that account was in there. And I don't ever remember blocking a random scrappy account. So I don't know if they changed the name of it, but that kind of thing will drive you guys nuts. Trying to figure out who runs those blank accounts will drive you nuts. And then you'll get it in your head like, yep, I know who it is. I know who it is. And then you're really mad about who you think it is without even knowing if that's who it is.
Right.
Like, that's why going forward, I'm blocking every faceless account. If you can't talk to me with your face, then we don't talk.
And that's what I do. Like, that's what I've been doing as well, like just in general. So like my block list has been probably it actually has been the longest it's ever been, because I used to just not block anybody except for like creators that I just didn't like their content. It kept coming
Right.
across my FYP and I kept hitting it uninterested and all that stuff. I mean, the thing, like, I get like some people may not agree with the way that we do things and the way that we handle things. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
But to sit there and like make out dangerous accusations that we're Antifa, that we work for TikTok, that we work for the Fed, that we work for the military, like it's like at some point it's like, do you even know what we are? Like, have you even, because
But see,
Jenny knows me. The thing is Jenny knows me. I've met Jenny at least once that I can remember. And so like for me, it's like when you know somebody and then you still want to throw that out there, it's like, okay, you're performative. Like that's exactly what it is. You're just trying to draw attention because either your views are down or your whatever your YouTube is down or whatever the case may be. And so for me, it's like when like I would have never accused Jenny of that regardless, and I'm not going to now. Do I think she's Antifa? No. Do I think she's a piece of shit? Yes, I do. Right now, I do, because of her actions.
Right.
I did like her and respect her before, but her actions, like I've sat on a couple lives with her.
Mhm.
All this like kicked out.
We did one with her not that long ago before all of this happened. And the way that they got involved was over trapped. That was the whole thing, is that they were she was so upset. I remember the video. I remember it because she stitched you. And it was, what we're not going to do here, Tox, is talk badly about someone who does so much for the troops. Okay, well, I'd like to know what it is that he does for the troops, because I've never seen him talking. The only time I've ever seen that guy talk about the troops is in a negative way. I mean,
100%.
he spent the better part of Veterans Day slamming them. Oh, well, no, but it was Democrat veterans. What's your point? When it comes to serving and willing to give up your life for your country, the way that you vote no longer matters. You're giving that service to your country. You are willing to die for us to do all this bullshit that we do every single day. It doesn't matter if they're Democrat or liberal. And it's, oh, well, Cat and Tex, they're here to cause division. How are we here to cause division when we're willing to meet in the middle with people that we don't agree with politically? If anything, I think that they're the ones. And no, I'm with you. I don't think anybody's paid to do it. Like, because they'd be better at it if they were paid to do it. Their accounts wouldn't get banned. Their views would be through the roof. It would be very obvious if somebody was being paid to do it. But like, people always ask me and you, like, oh, why do you talk bad about Trump? The one thing that I'll never regret doing on this app is when me and you started talking shit about Trump supporters, because now you see like what we're trying to show you, that this is very cult-like thinking, that if you're not MAGA, you're not a patriot. If you don't vote, and it's not even Republican, it's Trump, only Trump. If you're talking negatively about Trump, you're all the way done. You're out. You're dead. But to do the extent that they've done with the rumors is kind of like, you realize that you're trying to shut people up who really do want to meet in the middle with people and try to find some kind of resolve, so that we can, I don't know, like, do you see the House and the Senate? Do you see there was no blue wave, there was no red wave.
Right.
Like, I think conservative pretty boy agent boy toy, he made a video about that. Like, our country is so effing divided, just right down the middle. So like, why wouldn't you want to come together a little bit to try to figure it out?
And here's the thing for me, like, if we say we believe in something, then we can't turn a blind eye when it's our own people doing it. And so for me, like when I see racism on our side, I'll call it out.
Yeah.
When I see sexism on our side, I'll call it out.
Mm-hmm.
When I see people going against my beliefs, I don't care. Like, my beliefs don't have a political affiliation.
Right.
And so if people truly believed what they claim to believe, then the party line fades away. It 100% has to, because it's not a party issue. It's a people issue.
Right.
And so if I'm willing to carry that same energy, why are you harboring that energy? Why are you harboring that racism? Why aren't you helping correct our side? Why aren't you helping clean up our side? We all know what the media says about us, as whether it be Trump supporters, Republicans, and whatnot. I just got it like coming off alive. Oh, you're racist. Says who? What? But you know what? I do know somebody on our side that has called a creator on the app an N-word,
right,
in a derogatory way, and an angry tone to get on his live. But that's okay. But me calling him out for that is bullshit and wrong.
But it goes to the same narrative of like, these are the people on the app that are so-called, conservatives and Republicans and da-da-da-da-da. Facts over feelings, right? But the facts over feelings only matters when they're saying it, and who they disagree with. You've got, I mean, we're not going to be cryptic tonight. You got Misfit Patriot over there, like you said, calling a Black creator the N-word. And then saying things like, I just say what I think, and all y'all are just too scared to say what you think. No, I say what I think too. All of what I think. I don't hold back.
I've never
But the
held back.
thing is that you think that. You think that that's okay. And you're okay with being on a platform where you're trying to speak for an entire political part. Like, I don't like the way that you're representing me. I don't like the way that a group of people are representing an entire political party. If you're going to make it about politics, first, you should probably know a little something about politics besides taking a headline, throwing it up behind you, and flipping your hat forwards. Like, maybe actually know what goes into it. Because if you knew what goes into it from the bottom all the way up to the top, you wouldn't be so damn divisive. Like, you have to meet in the middle. And I mean, we've even had people tell us like, oh yeah, if you guys were doing this with liberals, we wouldn't care. But
That
it's
was like
such
for
an
somebody to
atrocity when
actually,
we like, what?
yeah. No, and that's the thing, like, because if we were, all these people would be following us and loving us, which tells me like this is the problem with the country as a whole, because it's
Mhm.
on the left and it's clearly on the right, that we're so like party line driven that there's very few people willing to call out their own side for being shitbags. And so
Because they're trying to make it political and it's not.
right.
Like, even with this current drama situation, you've got people attacking people's veteran status. You're not a real representative. You're an embarrassment to that uniform, and you're an embarrassment to our country. What in the hell does his veteran status have to do with this? How is this political? It is not. If you truly believe that this person is a garbage human being and did all these things, then you should be able to execute the way that you think without bringing politics into it or hitting below the belt. I mean, for Christ's sake, they call themselves the Anti-Bullying Legion right now, when I watched a live that seemed pretty not anti-bullying to me. I mean, I
Well, that's
also don't claim
because
to be an anti-bully advocate. Like, if we're being totally honest, if you're going to put yourself on the internet, you're subjective to all of this. I am subjective to what I got. Did I deserve it? No. Was it okay? No. But I still put myself on social media. So there's a little bit of like expected there, right? But
well,
you
and I
can't
think
call
too.
yourself an anti-bullying advocate and act like that.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing that we on the right claim of the left, right? Whenever they fight racism with racism, and we say
Mhm.
you can't solve racism with racism.
No.
You can't fight bullying with bullying.
Mhm.
Like, and if you truly believe that are bullying, where's the proof? I have yet to see a video of me doxing anybody or any proof of me
Mhm.
doxing anybody. I have yet to see any proof of me telling somebody on a live that I will kick their kicker out from underneath them and beat them up, and it be a female from a male perspective. I have yet to see anybody show me of anything of sexualizing a woman on a live with a
Mhm.
poker and talk about their moisture meter. I have yet to see any of this. I have never put out anybody's employment. I've never put out anybody's phone numbers. I've never put out anybody's addresses, nothing. But that's all the shit that I get accused of with absolutely zero evidence, because there is none. I've never
Right.
done it. All I've done was do what I feel, and I speak up for when something crosses my beliefs. And if
Mhm.
you're all happen to be on the right, so be it. Then you're going to be on the right, because at the end of the day, if you're a shitbag human being, you're a shit human being. Politics doesn't align with that anymore. And so for me, I will always speak up for it. I don't care if it's on the street in public. I've done it plenty of times there too, and I will absolutely do it on the internet. And so that's why for me, when it comes to all of this, it's like, okay, bullying, show me where I've bullied.
Right.
If you want to talk about me with Misfit and his dad, okay, cool. Like I could maybe see that, but like, what led to that? Because I didn't just go to that.
No, but nobody cares about what led up to anything.
Right.
Like, nobody's willing to do the work. Like, people want to get in comment sections and start accusing you of all these crazy things. But at the end of the day, like, did you follow the video back though? Like, okay, cool. I get that you're calling me out. You don't like what I did. That's fine. and I'm not making an excuse for my behavior, but were you at least curious? Like, well, why did that? Yeah, I mean, and a traitor thing, like Joey got called one, and so did Jules in that live, because Yo Lizzie had expressed that like they had squashed it. And Yo Lizzie made a perfect point. She was dead the hell on. And it does not matter if you don't like somebody, if they say something that's accurate, you have to give it to them. She had made like her entire argument in that live was like, Picasso, I don't want to be told not to like somebody. I don't want to be encouraged not to like somebody. I want to make the decision for myself. But when she said, what if we're single-handedly squashing the drama on the app by actually talking to one another? Yeah. Yeah, that's
Like
kind of how you do
adults.
it. But then you have people that, that don't. I had private conversations for a couple of days that made their way onto TikTok today. Now, granted, it was shown from the other party first. And then, yeah, I sent mine over to Tex and told Tex that he could use them if he wanted to use them. Because I did. I was talking privately with her, and you run into situations like that where there'll be one way to your face, there'll be another way when they need the attention. Red Pill Jenny did that. Like, she agreed with me on the live and was like, yeah, no, I can see definitely, like, I get what you're saying, because by their own thinking, well, then they're all in trouble for what bro said about me. Like, you guys are all supporting what bro said about me then, right? Because I've never heard anybody be that vile on a live.
Well, I have Misfit.
I mean, well, yeah. Now, did that, but man, like, you were so shocked today when I told you that, like, the bro one bothered me more. And
Right.
I don't know why. But I think I figured it out today that, like, it's because I originally respected him. Like, I didn't start off having a problem with bro. I enjoyed his content. We didn't have problems. We did the whole lip sync thing together.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem. So for him to come out of the gate with such hatred for me, not knowing me, to where, like, take yourself off the app, dude. You literally just said that you were going to teach your child. That was the one that got me, to
And
laugh
then
at disabled people if they look too young. But you're pro-veteran, right? Like, do you know how many veterans are using mobility aids from injuries and chronic pain and all the rest of that stuff? So
and then
you're gonna laugh at them too.
8 hours later wanna off himself.
Right, and then that's when we get into, like, weaponizing mental health.
Mental
Now,
health.
if he was in that place, that's horrible. I don't ever want anybody to be in that place. No, he was Catro. I don't ever want anybody to feel that low. I've been there, and thank God it didn't work, and thank God for modern medicine and staples and blood transfusions and all that happy stuff. Because I am still here. But, like, you can't blame that on anybody. And you can't use it as an excuse to, like, do something shitty and then, oh, wait, here's this. And then not only that, but, like, the person that helped you is a person that you don't like. You
Right
don't
there.
like this person. And this
Nope.
person stayed up until, like, all hours of the night making
He
sure
said
that
all
you
night.
were okay.
He said all night. There's his comment.
So it drives me nuts. And then when you try to come in the middle, like, they attack you over it. And show me where me and you have ever flipped out on somebody for talking to somebody else. Like, go do you do your thing. But
Oh, I've never told anybody, like,
no, like, you have Red Pill Jenny that was like, she's a traitor. You're a traitor. And
chose the
you
wrong side.
and like, what, you chose the wrong side. Like, what are we doing here?
Right.
Chose the wrong side of what? Because, like, to have sides, there has to be, like, an end goal here. So what is your end goal? And the thing is that you've stated what your end goal is. And I want to say this in a way that, like, if somebody were to do something from themselves to themselves. We literally have a video of somebody saying that was their goal. That can be action taken legally if you're
Right.
going to state that. But then we have them that's like, oh no, we've got a USB. We're going to the police. We're doing this. You guys are all going down. And at the end of the day, my personal opinion is they never had anything. They came out, they threw a whole bunch of shit at the wall, and they wanted to see what stuck. She called Antifa. That's true. That's true. But it's kind of like you're attacking people, and then they're always attacking people that actually do things.
Right.
That
Yeah, I mean, they
actually
went
physically
after
do the things.
they went after Conspiracy Realist for her event.
Mhm.
They've gone after us multiple times for having our events.
To a patriot mama who does like incredible things for human trafficking. Like that's her entire page. Like that's her life. She would give her life for that. Like I have talked to her. That woman is incredible. The things that she does and that she's willing to do for her mission is nothing will stop her. So you're going to stop people who are out there trying to do the things, who are out there trying to make a change. And I'm proud that a lot of you guys have done that. I am, because like I don't know what else to do at this point to make it stop or at least slow down. Like a lot of it is just personal vendettas, right? Like you have your regular players that are attaching onto it. But to me, like Bro and Jenny have taken it to a very like it's just a dangerous level. Like
Oh, it's the art of war. What are you talking about?
it's
Why are we at war?
disgusting.
I mean, think about it. Why are you having to read about the art of war for fucking TikTok?
Right.
Like,
And then to constantly be
never
like
I still
attacking
don't
Dana's
view
nursing. That drives me nuts. Well, a
and
nurse
I've
shouldn't be saying these kinds of things. Well, maybe a nurse shouldn't be on TikTok saying that XYZ happened and blaming a death on other people as a nurse, because as a nurse, and if you've done any kind of psych rotation, then you know that that happens because a part of your brain breaks. You have underlying issues, you have depression, you have anxiety, you have addiction, there's a plethora umbrella of issues that trigger this. Is there always a cherry on the top? Sure. But that's not that person's fault, because now you're making people think that even if they get into an argument with somebody and that person does something, oh, it's your fault. Oh, it's your fault.
and let me just mind you too, though, and I just want to make this clear on my end, is I don't view any of these people as an enemy. They're an American
No.
citizen at the end of the day. Do I like them? No, absolutely not.
God, no.
Do I want to be friends with them? No,
No.
no, not anymore. Do I want to have a beer with them? No.
Mm-mm.
Are they my enemy? Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's why for me, it's like when you start using language like that, where are you going to take it next?
See, and that's what I'm worried about. Like it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And I don't know how much worse it needs to get before it stops. Like you guys got what you want. Like, we haven't even been making call out content. So really, if that was your whole objective, was to
Yes.
get us to stop, don't do this. Okay, well, we did. We did stop. And y'all kept going.
Facts, Scrappy.
No, me
That's what
neither.
I've been told.
I'll stand
Jo-
next to one for the greater
Joey, we'll
good of
see.
what we need to do. But like, I'm not coming into bat for you.
And here's what I would never do. If any of these people ever put on an event, like a true political event, I would never sabotage it. I would never come
No.
at them. I mean, look, Conspiracy Realist and I, we had our issues,
Mhm.
right? We were able to talk as adults.
That
And
was one of my
the only
favorite
reason
parts,
why,
by the
like,
way, is that like we got back good with her. I just really enjoy her. So when things weren't good
yeah.
with her, I hated it.
Well, and the thing is, like, and I came to her defense on her event, even though I wasn't able to go. And the reason why is because at the end of the day, she's doing what is our right to do.
Mhm.
And while do I think it's going to accomplish anything? No, but like, what does it hurt either? Like, why attack it? Why Why put all these conspiracy theories behind it? Why not ask questions? Like these are coming from the people that say question
But
everything,
it
but
could
then they don't ask
accomplish
any
things if
questions.
people stop shitting on it.
Right.
Like, I think that we
And
should
then they
all be
make
able
fun
to
of it afterwards and
agree.
go, "Oh well, the amount of people that showed up was lackluster. Of course, you didn't do anything." Well, first of all, you shit on it for the whole time.
Right. You made a bunch of people think that like it was going to be this crazy false flag event. You spewed your crazy all over the place. You discouraged people to come to it because you don't care about your country. You say that you care about your country, but what you care about is you want to be the one. You want to be. So then go be it. Go
Plenty.
be it. You don't need to go and slam down the people who are doing it in order to go do it. Everybody can go do it. Nobody is special. Nobody is special in this. You go and you do what you need to do. But there's just like this weird ego flex, and it's so gross to me. But they weaponize that whiteboard, like they're doing it again.
Yeah, apparently now they're up to like 100 names.
And that's
okay. So like, here's the question: what are you going to do with those names?
Right.
Brooke, we actually have. Like we've tried. I've stayed silent since all this.
Yeah, Brooke, this is actually the first time that we're talking, but I also suffer from mental illness and physical illness, and I'm not out there doing those things.
Right.
Yes, we're back on YouTube.
I've never attacked him for any of his conditions. I've never even attacked bro. Like I've never even made a video to bro. I've never even made a video to Jenny.
But here's my question. So,
But
I'm not being aggressive. Like I'm being genuine right now. Essentially, though, like what that means is that it's okay. It's okay. Like I don't know if you're aware or not, but like this live stream that was done was disgusting, and it was in regards to me. And if that was done to you, you can't tell me that you'd be like, oh, it's fine. Just let him do it. Just let him do it. Just let him keep doing it until he pushes somebody who's not as strong. Like I thought that that's what this whole thing was about. Was we don't want to push people to do things. He shouldn't be on social media if he can't handle his mental illness and physical illness and social media.
And Luis, I absolutely agree. He's not in the right mind. I've never made a video at bro. I've never made a video at Jenny.
I never did until they started saying all those things. And all I did was just show what he said.
I still haven't even done that, like in defense of you.
Right.
And you didn't do it in a way of like attacking either. So like, and we've been silent. So when do we say, oh, you're silent enough? Like it's been a month. Right. I've been silent about the whiteboard for over a month. I was silent about even this Mel situation for 2 weeks. Like what more do you want? It doesn't stop. Silence doesn't stop it. It clearly doesn't. Like that's clear as day. Like how long do we have to stop? How long do I have to continue to receive death threats before I have to like stop talking? How long do I have to have the physical threats of people wanting to come to visit me? How long do I have to stay silent whenever they keep doxing me and keep going after Dana's employer? How long, like, can anybody answer that? How long do we have to adhere to all of this while they continue to do all the shit to us and nothing happened to them? I don't see anybody in their lives going, y'all just need to stop. Y'all be quiet. It's always we have to be quiet. Well, we were silent. I was silent, and it didn't help shit. And this is not, I'm not being hostile to Louise or Brooke by any means, but I have made reports to law enforcement.
And it does nothing. It does nothing. That's why they also haven't done any on our end. We can all pretend like, oh, just call the cops. They'll take care of it. We put ourselves on social media. We are taking on the responsibility of being on social media. So if someone is going to be vile and disgusting to me, if someone is going to tell me that they're going to kick my walker out from underneath me and teach their children to mock disabled people, I'm not going to just be okay with it. And I've tried to do lives. I went live with Red Pill Jenny. Everything was fine, I thought.
Brooke, it has all been reported, but unfortunately, police won't do anything. That's why they continue
Yeah, I
doing
mean,
what
I
they
have
do.
reported it. I've turned everything in to where I needed to turn them in with the physical threats, with somebody else saying that they wanted me
Facts,
to
DJ.
get me
They
to kill
do.
myself. They laugh at you. They will look at you seriously, take the report, and then when you walk out, they're like, "Nah, another internet bullshit." We are the only ones who care about this world, this little social media world. And if other people aren't a part of it, then they don't understand it. I've gone to
Contacted
my
my
representatives. I've gone to the police department. We've also talked to
gone to the
ATF,
sheriff.
the sheriff. We've gone to a lot of people.
No, because here's how it works, Brooke. Unfortunately, we can't call Pflugerville Police Department because we would be the victim in this case, and where the crime is where the victim is. So we
Right.
have to contact our local. I have contacted like San Antonio Police Department on Misfit Patriot, and they literally told me I have to contact, since I am the victim, I have to contact my local police department. They can't do anything until the police report is made on my end here in my state. And so for me, that's the shitty part about all this, is because it's all crossing state lines, and so it's trying to get like different um agencies involved. It's not going to do anything. And so for me, like I don't know what else y'all want me just to shut up, and that's not going to happen. Like I'm going to be honest with you. I tried for over a month to shut up. I've tried to do it, and it doesn't stop.
Yeah, I mean, we had like an actual
What do
death
I have
threat,
to like?
and they
Do I
told
need to leave
James.
the app? Is that what I need to do? Is that what I need to leave? And so then they win. Like, is that what we have to do? We have to
Well, and
leave
it's
the app
not even that they
anytime?
win, but like you would walk away as somebody who, yes, do you engage with TikTok drama? Yes.
Yeah.
Do you go back and forth? Yes. But you also, like, that's not all you do. That's not all I do. You are also out there giving information. You're
Didn't know he
encouraging
had it with
people to
me.
get involved with locally. You're out there doing events, you're doing rallies, you're trying to actually change things. You're not just participating in TikTok drama. So then what? We'll go. Me and Tex will leave the internet completely, and then you have Bro and Jenny to replace us.
And
No,
that's fine. That's what
I'm not saying that anybody's better than anybody, but don't you want people around that are going to encourage you to like actually go out and do things and not just engage in the drama? The drama is always going to be there.
because I don't put on TikTok meetups anymore. Like
No.
I put on 2 TikTok meetups, one in Longview, Texas, and the other one in Conroe, Texas.
I mean, like, yeah, we all hang out now. Like, we're all hanging out this weekend, and then a bunch of us are hanging out next
Well,
weekend.
those
But
are
it's not a
hangouts. They're
TikTok
not TikTok
meetup. Like, we're
meetups.
hanging out with our friends.
But as even Brooke knows, because I've been in political events with Brooke, is I'm more into the political stuff. I'm not
That'll be
into
a
like
good replacement, actually.
Huh?
TJ said him and Zebra can replace us if we need.
Oh. So I just for me, I don't know what to do. I mean, we saw like we see the misfit shit dying down, which is good because he's not bringing us up. We're not bringing him up to literally.
Yeah, he kind of did in a title of a video. I think he wants back in, but like, I'm not going back and forth with him anymore. Like, that's over and done with, and it was fun while it lasted, and then it had to be like taken way, and it had to be taken too far. And then I'm like, you're not fun anymore. I don't want to play with you anymore. You're not fun. Where it's not innocent back and forth. It's like craziness.
You can have it, Stoney. And so like
I'm not leaving. I'm not. Like,
I'm not leaving.
This is my social outlet. I don't get out much.
We shouldn't have to leave. That's the thing.
And I'm not going anywhere. But
We
what I will be
shouldn't have to,
doing
like,
is my block is gonna get super strong. But to say that like I'm not allowed to, I shouldn't talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it. And I'm gonna talk about it because it put me in a horrible depression for 5 days that I didn't know if I was gonna come out of or not. And my friends were concerned about me, and my husband was concerned about me, and I was concerned about me.
a whole bunch of people, including Brobo and Jenny, and they want us off.
Yeah, it's been stated that they're not gonna stop until either we leave the app completely or it's blood for blood. One of ours has to take their life. Like, those are the rules that we're playing with now, and that's so disturbing. It's so disturbing, and to see mental health weaponized that horrifically. Like, how are you going to come on the internet and blame somebody for a mental health issue? And if you're not mentally okay, then take a step back. I left
And
for
where
a
are their
while. I left for a
friends?
few days, didn't post, didn't nothing because I knew I wasn't in the right headspace.
But where are their friends? Like if we can all recognize in this group, in this chat, that they're not mentally stable. Where are their friends? Like their true friends going, hey, like cut this down, like stop. It's not good for his mental health, her mental health, anybody's mental health. Where are their friends telling them to stop? Because when I go and spy on their lives, when I go into their YouTubes and stuff, I've never seen a comment saying just stop. But
Yeah.
every time on mine, all I get is just stop. So then
Right.
I did stop, but it didn't stop.
No, we did
So
stop. We
what?
stopped totally. And the only time that any of us, like until today, really, the only time that it was addressed calmly, respectfully, not in an aggressive manner. Like I did my say so on the whole thing and put it over on my Instagram. But when you have people that are literally
You're,
saying that they're
you're
not going to be
talking about the
happy,
whiteboard. What was that? 2 months ago?
I'm trying to think of when the
Maybe a
whiteboard
month and a
was.
half
It
ago?
was like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
When did this breakdown happen? Everyone used to be friends. I guess it depends on what situation you're talking about.
I thought she was talking about the whiteboard event, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to know exactly what situation she was talking about. Yeah, it wasn't. No, the whiteboard wasn't in October. The whiteboard was in like
September.
September. Yeah, it's been a minute
He
since
refuses to go to counseling.
and I hate that. Like I hate that because I know it's hard. Like I'm gonna be starting it
Sorry,
again
Luis. I
soon.
thought you were talking about the whiteboard. I honestly don't know. It was trapped when
It was
we
no, it was
call
trapped.
when trapped doxed ship, and then I came when his tweets resurfaced. That's when Jenny got
Mhm.
involved and Brobo got involved. Was the whole trapped in his tweets?
Yep.
So they came out of nowhere too. Like, and it's okay for them to come out of nowhere, but like when we come out of nowhere, it's always an issue.
Right.
That's as far as like this whole deal. That's about where I can pinpoint it is the whole trapped issue.
Because that's literally how it happened.
Okay. Yeah, it was trapped
Yeah.
with text.
As soon as Trap showed back up and like it was going okay
Well,
for a
because
little bit,
Ship
regular back and forth, but then
didn't
nobody knew about
know
the tweets.
because Ship didn't know about it.
Mm-mm.
So she made a video about it, and then he doxed her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came in, of course, and one defended her, but two, like, because I didn't know the tweets existed either. And then when he doubled down and tripled down on it, and then he doxed me,
Mm-hmm.
and then he doxed you,
Mm-hmm.
um, and whatnot. And then that's when Misfit ended up putting out our entire photo of our house,
Yep.
and our address, and then
And was sending it to Chris because Chris was openly saying that he was getting all of his information from Misfit Patriot.
that's when Misfit contacted Dana's employer and tried to get her fired from her job.
So like
Mind
let
you,
this
I've
really sink
never
in. It was all over a washed up celebrity. A washed up celebrity
Yes, Luis.
got upset
That's when
because
Jenny
his
and
tweets
Brobo came in,
resurfaced.
was whenever that's when she initially stitched my video and says, what we're not going to
Mhm.
do is attack Trap because of what he does for the veteran community. So that's when Jenny and Bro came into the picture of things.
And then the whole conspiracy floodgates opened because they made one shit video. And then it was
They did a live, and then that's when Paris was on the live, and then that's when they started
yes.
because all the names, and so they had to bring out the whiteboard and whatnot. So
So yeah, like our like little hate club that everybody knows so well attached onto the trapped bus like they do. And they
yes,
all just believed them. Yes, it was the root for quizzes situation as well. But like I want it to be able to be worked through or at least try to like die down, but I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening, and I'm in this space where like I don't know how to handle it anymore. I don't know how to fix it. You can't. With certain people, you can't fix it. She absolutely instigated like 75% of it. The other percentage was from the other girl that she's friends with that just pretends like she's all innocent all the time so that she can feel validated and important. But all of this started because we spoke out about Trapped saying that it was okay for a 15-year-old child to be in a relationship with their adult teacher.
25-year-old, specific age.
Right. 15 and 25. We spoke out against that. He doubled down on it, tripled down on it. And then everybody that kind of came in to defend what Trapped had said. So like that's even more mind-bending, is that all of this started over the fact that we don't think it's okay for adults to have sex with children.
Sad, ain't it? I mean, this would be something that I thought like most of the Republican side of things, the conservative side of things, the Save the Children people would all like unify over. Like,
No, they
in
made
all honesty, like
excuses for it.
it's like, are you serious? And then some of the Save the Children people are like, no, like they can. And it's like, wait, what?
It's just sad. And it's sad like how far it's gotten. And it's sad that now they're going to exploit another, like a tragedy in order to help push their narrative more, all because you're mad that we don't think it's okay for adults to have sex with children. All of this is over that. And then it's, oh, no. It's a pattern with you guys. Stop deflecting. You could have called us out for our pattern during any other time. This is the time that you chose to call us out about our pattern, was when we were defending children against adults. Yeah, I mean, that's what caused a lot of problems. Like, and Batty likes to blame a lot of that on me. Like, no, people heard you say that. People heard you go on a live and make excuses for this. They're not going to be happy about that. You can't make a bold statement about adults with children and think that it's okay. Yeah. Yep, that is exactly how Paris listed it. Paris talked about that suicide and said it was collateral damage. But I'm never going to understand it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why we keep trying to like rationalize it and understand it. Because
Actually, Louise, my algorithm does like change in a good way.
I was going to say, my For You page is good. I like it.
I have no idea. Like my For You page is like, it has nothing to do with politics, like 95% of the time. And it's like, it's, but like when they go after my fiance,
multiple videos.
Yeah. She's another whack job.
Yeah, she doesn't even need any kind of attention. They're still arguing about it and defending. They will.
That's how it should be. Like that's why it was so mind-blowing to see like a lot of the conspiracy side of people and the Save the Children people, not all of them obviously, so I'm not lumping everybody in.
No.
Like defend it. It was truly mind-blowing for me. Like, wait a minute, I thought this was something that like, I mean, these are the same people that also like, I guess like thinking about it, it shouldn't be any surprise because these are the same people that defended the N-word being said, the sexualization of Kat on live, and whatnot. And now they defend us just either out of pure hatred for us or whatever. No,
I don't think so, Louise. I didn't even know that was happening. Like her actual account.
You can just block me and that's fine.
Even after me pressing that. I'm really sorry, TJ. He keeps showing up on mine too.
I don't even make hardly like that's the thing. Like I barely make content anymore just because I am trying to get it to stop. And it's like
I was gonna say you haven't been saying anything.
No, today was the first day I've actually come out gun swinging because it came after Dana. Like I didn't have like, and so for me it's like I'm trying. I can't even tell you the last time other than today that I made content. Like I've been trying to be quiet. More to
No, you haven't. You almost did after the bro live. but
3
I'm
days
pretty
ago
sure-
was the last day that I made content, and that was because Trap decided to respond to a comment that I made on his
3
page.
days
He didn't
ago,
have
3
to.
days before.
3 days later, he responds to my comment that just said, "Shut up."
Really weird, like how he just keeps like popping up like every so often and has to go right back. Like, for why though? Why do you want that narrative like that? And that gives me like a creepy vibe too. Like, here's my thing. If you said something like that, you would want that as far erased as you possibly could. You would not engage with it. You would not
Well, I would
anything
have
with
never,
it. Like,
I would have never said it
right.
because I don't believe it.
Right.
He believes it. That's the thing. Like he just,
But, like,
when you truly
I
believe
feel
something
like he
like that,
wants people to know that he said it, which gives me like a really I don't like vibe. Like, are you trying to find more people like you? Like, what are you doing? Like, why do you want attention brought on this whole thing about you being okay with children and adults being in sexual relationships? And everyone's like, "Oh, well, it's a song and it's hot for teacher." Yeah, cool. That was a song. You're saying that you're okay with it in real life, though. So you can't use a song and say like, "Oh, no, I was just no, you weren't. No, the hell you weren't." And we all know what you said, and you've doubled down on it, and you've tripled down on it. He's got tons of time because he doesn't do anything besides like playing a bar twice a week.
yeah.
No,
I
the
mean,
Token
and
Lounge is
here's the
more
thing,
packed
like
for other bands than him.
if people like if you guys reached out to like somebody like Conspiracy Realist, she reached out and said, "Hey, I want to have an actual conversation with you."
Mhm.
She actually heard my side. She still didn't agree with everything that I do and what I say and everything and whatnot. She understands it
Right.
and she empathizes with it. She doesn't agree with it, and that's fine. I don't need anybody to agree with me on anything. But if you're not willing to hear the other side, which they're not, of what all we've gone through and whatnot, and yeah, some of it I get, some of it we bring onto ourselves and whatnot. But when she talked to me like an adult, we literally had a nice, long,
Mhm.
calm conversation, and it was very productive. And it's what Yo Lizzie was saying the other night. If Jenny reached out and said, "Hey," or even Bro, and said, "I want to have a conversation with you," Kat, you did that with Army Sam when the
Mhm.
height of everything of her going crazy on you. She still wanted to. You unblocked her, and y'all had a conversation.
Mhm.
It didn't go well, but you guys had a conversation. So we are
Well,
willing to
it
have
did.
a
It went
conversation.
really well for a while until
Right.
I had
Well, that's what
heard
I
that she
mean.
was sending voice memos out while talking to me at the same time, saying really horrible things about me and still blaming me. But then in mine being like, "No, I think that you were set up to kind of take the fall on this." And it's like, right, but like it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. And I'm really scared that like we're pushing this narrative that's going to cause a lot more people grief that is not needed. Like, if somebody in your life makes that decision, please do not feel like it was your fault. Please do not feel like you could have done something different. If you got into an argument with somebody, it's not your fault. Like, people's brains just break. Like, it's unfortunate, but like, look at everything that's going on right now. Look at everything that's been going on for the last 2 years. Everybody's brains are so tired and they're so overworked. And then throw on top of that, like any kind of physical illness that you might have or mental illness that you might have. I'm really
I mean, I think
worried
we've
that like,
shown that we're willing to talk, not just privately, but also publicly. You and
right.
I both had no issues jumping into the live with Jenny
Mm-mm.
during that whole fiasco to actually have a calm conversation. All she wanted to
Mhm.
do when I got on was yell at me the entire time. So I didn't have a chance to talk.
Right.
And that's fine. But I'm willing to at least have the conversations and always will. It'll always be able, whether it be on public or private. I don't care. I'm growing. I'm not, I've shown one text, well, now two technically screenshots my entire TikTok. I don't share anything that is on here normally. Just because I don't think it's the right thing to do. And so I did today to defend my fiance, and that's the first
Mhm.
time I did it was to defend myself
Right.
against a false sexual assault allegation that I felt
Mhm.
I had to share that text to defend myself. Um, Other than that, I don't show, I don't screen record anything like, and that's what like even lives, like get on me sometimes. Like of saying like, what did you screen record it? No, I don't think to do that. My brain
me
doesn't
neither.
go to record at all. And so I don't do it. I've never done it unless it's defending myself or Dana, obviously today. But if they're willing to have a conversation to help squash it, I absolutely will. I have no issues with it.
No, I mean, like, I'm definitely not like I would never.
We don't have to come away friends.
Right. I don't want to, but I feel like that's a big part of it though too, right? So like with my situation with Jess, we've talked multiple times during all the craziness and been like, okay, let's just have an open dialogue. Like, we're not going to fight anymore. This is stupid. People are getting, hurt. People are getting too invested in this. We come together, we talk. And then it always ends the same way. Like, she sends me her friend request. I don't accept it or take it back. Like, we don't need to be friends in order to squash things. You squash it and then you just move along. We don't have to be friends. Don't come into my lives and be like, hey guys, like, that's so weird. It just looks so weird. And it's not about like, oh, well, we're just better than you because we were able to like talk about things and work them out and become friends. No, I think that's weird. I think if you've done that much damage to one another and you're okay with like letting that person back in and trusting them, like, why do you think you deserve that from your friends? You don't deserve that. Like, you can squash something with somebody and then go move on and make other friends. You don't have to be friends. Yeah. But like the bra guy is really concerning, and now now they're kind of linked up with him, and like this has now become extremist. These are extremists.
Let's show that as a perfect example with Brummage, right? Look how much he went at Ship at one point in time. Ship literally she just responded just a couple of days ago, I believe.
Oh, did she?
Doesn't respond to Bra at all. And if you go to his Telegram, the dude is obsessed with her, continues doing it, continues posting on TikTok about it, like everything. But with Ship in mind, let's jump off. We got Donald Trump speaking, and we have
Donald Trump is speaking, and Ship is on. Do you want to say something positive?
No, I don't have much positive to say, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Me neither, to be honest. It's a rough go. Trump's announcement is now.
Yep.
So he should be going live from Mar-a-Lago, but don't forget, guys, go. Okay, there's the positive. Taco Bell pizza is back, and the fries are back as well. So
Thursday we have our exorcist on.
Yes, this Thursday
100%. So come join us Thursday.
Because if something happens this time, I give up. Like
she said she would, and we're good on our end. So our exorcist on Thursday. I hope you guys can join us. Everybody go join Shipwreck Show. Let her know that the Freedom Fam sent you guys, and y'all have a good evening.
Bye-bye.